What's up? It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again, which is a tarot reading for Wednesday, January 21st, 2026. The moon is in Pisces, the sign of I believe, closing out her cycle all day today. The sun and Mercury will be conjunct in Aquarius at 7:49 a.m. today. That is the only exact aspect to report. So the moon in dreamy ass, I believe, possibly fantastical, addictive ass, glorious ass Pisces. So there could be closing out of some kind of an emotional cycle. Interesting. And with the sun, what we know about ourselves to be true, merging with Mercury, the planet of the mind, in Aquarius, I feel like today is a beautiful day for being reverent for what has closed out, paying some kind of respect for the ending. Maybe that's some kind of a closing ritual, a releasing ritual, a goodbye kind of a ritual energy. Doesn't have to be a ritual. Could just be something that you like do in your mind or something that feels symbolic. But I do feel like, yeah, it's Pisces. Let it be a ritual. There can be just some sort of a closing out of 2025 still. Closing out of an old emotional cycle. Closing out of an old belief system. And I need to really let your current self and your mind and your fantasy and ideal for the future to really take the forefront, to really start to apply belief that you can have the future that you are wanting. It's time to apply belief. And when you apply belief, that changes your behavior. When you believe in something, it alters your behavior and your habits. Sorry for the shakes. To roll my sleeves up on this one. Too little or too much protection involved here. That's a faith issue. You sweat a little too much. If you're stressing about it, there's not enough faith. And if there's not enough faith there, then it's time to go, like, get quiet, go somewhere and talk to the God of your understanding about it. Talk to yourself about it. Where do you need a pep talk? Where do you need to connect with your source? What do you need to do to get centered? Because I feel like today is a day to really be focused on the future. And I mean visualizing, I mean dreaming up, I mean daydreaming, I mean making affirmations, making plans, writing shit down. Yes. Because by springtime, I feel like you've done a lot of your necessary shadow work to close out 2025. You're doing a lot of your necessary shadow work to just close out years from the past, to shed. This isn't just like letting go of 2025. You're letting go of a whole like cycle. This is a 1 year. We're beginning. This is a 10, which breaks down to a 1. And so I do feel like this is a bigger chapter than we realize. This isn't just 2025 that we're letting go of. And too little or too much just says like where, if you keep praying for protection about something, do you really believe that you have the protection the first time, you know, that you asked for it? Like, don't you know it was yours the first time that you asked for it? Why do you keep asking for this? Or what is it? Maybe, or is there in some sort of way where you're relying a little too much on like the divine to be doing something that you're supposed to be doing? Let's see. Please clarify this too little or too much protection. What's that about? Spiritual warfare, yeah. Like, you know that you're doing enough to protect yourself. You know that you're like, what are you trying to protect yourself from? Because don't we all at this point understand that everything is happening for us? You needed those hardships so you could learn how to fight the spiritual warfare. You needed to learn how to be able to put on the armor of the divine, the armor of God. I'm going to do a series on that. There's so much in the fucking works, bro. So much. Just getting started. Please continue on this too little or too much protection thing. I feel like some of you have been fighting, some of us have been really fighting old, outdated, fearful programming. Like we've been really focused on rewiring our minds, our neural pathways when it comes to fear. Something flipped over, I saw it. Some spiritual maintenance is required with this situation. Single sweat, double sweat. But it becomes a yes. I feel like whatever, some of you, you're asking for protection or healing or help. You're spiritually fighting for something. And it's a very, you know, this is a general reading, so this is going to be different for everybody. But I do feel like this is the divine letting you know that thing that you're like applying your faith to or really asking protection around. It's like you have it. You've already fought the fight. You already won the war. Past life connection came out here as well. I feel like this is a fight that you have fought before. We're just going to extract the data from the darkness this time so we don't have to ever fight this fight ever again. Yes. I just feel like that it's already been, yes, you already have been given the protection. You've already won the war. You'll see the results by springtime. Around spring equinox, something will circle back to around this time of the year. What is that about? It's just like soon. You're meant to be in a place of anticipation about it. I feel like the knowing, the aha moment around like what you have accomplished, what you've done. Thieves don't rob empty motherfucking houses, I'm telling you. Okay. Ooh, and then at the bottom of the deck, at what point does your faith become a verb? See, okay, so the thing is like, I don't need to ask for protection 11 times because I've already done the spiritual warfare. I've already acquired the wisdom and the connection to the divine. So I understand that I already have it. And this fight that you've been fighting internally, spiritually, you need to understand that it's because you are and have a lot that is of value. Period. Uranus retrograde in Taurus. There's a need to reevaluate. Like some of you don't value the things that you have, which is why you don't realize that people are trying, like, you know, you don't recognize when people are trying to get at you about some shit or take something from you, or you may be naive around like who has access to you or what needs to be protected because you weren't aware that that was something of value. Some of you have things that you don't realize, like other people covet. You don't realize you are valuable. You have qualities and capabilities. Like people wouldn't try to send this like negative energy or keep you in these like negative cycles if their misery didn't love your light. Make sure your faith is a verb. I love you. You got this.